So yeah, well, welcome everybody. Thank you for being here. This is awesome. Happy first fall frost warning. Is that what happened?
No warning, Jeff.
This is a frost warning. It really happened right here. And thank you, you three, for sitting right there in a row. Like monkey see. I just think that's so cool. So welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. Let's get it started. So today, we gotta push the things.
Yeah, you do.
Like this.
Push stuff. There you
go. There it is. So here's what we have going on this month. We had Jason, which was outstanding. I don't know why we called you Al.
Because you can call me Al.
Yeah. Well, you can call me Betty.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think anyone knows.
No,
Yes,
only a certain segment of the room.
Only a certain segment of the room. And we have Jana today. However, she needs to be with her daughter today at an appointment. So we have made an adjustment. We have and this is the adjustment. I called an audible. If you guys don't remember, from Matt Burke, he's the center. You guys remember the talk. And when he comes to the line of scrimmage, he looks at the defense and he has to help decide whether or not they call a different play. So, late last night, I called a different play, and I hope you'll support me on this and be great teammates and have fun with it, okay? Okay?
There you
Does the
go.
coach need to get out his whistle?
Okay. Don't open that door, buddy. Do not open that door.
And next week, we have our Olivia, and she's gonna go deep into pretty much everything. It's gonna be awesome. And then speaking about people deep into everything, look at everything social media, we have, Stanford and what do you
Gin and
Gin
tonic.
and tonic.
There's so many nicknames, Ding and Dong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stadler and Waldorf is there.
Sandra Waldorf. Yeah, that's really what I like now, but. So this is a great month, and thank you for that. Our purpose here is to serve agents and impact lives and build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. Wow, outstanding. And a person who exemplifies that to a T. Let's give it up for Tasha.
He's doing well.
Well, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yep.
Did anyone get that?
No.
It's in her name.
So, thank you for that. And she had, if you guys don't know from the social media post, but we don't know how many socks she's picked up yet because I think there's a truck that has to back up into the front atrium for them all to be there. It's just, she's such a shining example of getting people involved in your business, having the community come along with your journey. She involves people in her journey and she gets business from it. And in this case, she raised a lot of socks. So let's give it up for her again. And speaking of giving, Jana was going to be here to talk about KW Cares. So we will touch on this real quick. We have KW Cares, for those who don't know, is an opportunity for the company. Keller Williams is one of the only companies where they're allowed right on the scene of any catastrophe. So when their buses show up, their vans show up, they just open the gate, you just please come in. And that's pretty special. And they do it on a grand scale, but they also do it on a micro scale. And just wanted to point out that last month, our market center was number 2 for giving. And yeah, is there any Green Bay fans here? No. Osborne, okay, we'll talk way slower. That's why it's, whoever leads each one has to make the graphic, that's why it's all blurry. Left it up to the Packers. So, also, transactional giving, this is what we want to talk about today too. Again, we are this says almost 52% of our agents, our deals that close, had a gift towards KW Cares. So we are leading the entire region in transactional giving. So way to go.
Are we beating Green Bay?
You know, they just kind of fell off. Oh, they're there, right down here.
That's crushing it.
They did have 2 more units sold. I didn't even know they had that many houses in Green Bay. 2 more units at a
Sold
stadium.
than what?
Are they selling suites or something?
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, but I mean, 176 units closed, way to go. Our goal is to be at 100%. We want to create an amazing story right here that the world will find out that every agent here has the opportunity to have, even if it's just $1 removed from their account per transaction. We do have some people ready to hand out some forms. Woo! If you do not give yet, please, again, at the percentage number, if you just put $1, whatever you want to do. And while they're sending that out, let's celebrate the fact in our midst, and he's talking because he doesn't want to hear it.
Let's all stare.
In our midst,
Woo, right.
we have the number 3 giver in August. Nice, thank you. Again, this is the entire region in his giving in August, and that is amazing. And speaking of amazing, let's give it up for Josh. You tried to miss it.
I did.
You tried. You tried. There were some off-color weird jokes, but it was good.
Hey, I did well with those jokes.
You did.
Did he sock it
I
to
think
you?
it's more septic.
Did you sock it to him?
Thanks, Tom.
You tried. No,
Thanks, Tom.
okay. No bad
Well, I
jokes
just
here.
wanted to clarify again, KW Cares, we have, we're boots on the ground when there's an issue, big catastrophe. But that's not just what KW Cares does. So right here is just an example. This is Dee. She was a team admin and she passed away unexpectedly. They encouraged Katie to apply for a grant through Keller Williams, KW Cares, and they covered her funeral costs so that the family could just not think about the money and focus on mom. And I think that's a very special thing. We may not all experience having a catastrophe where we live here, but we all can relate to this. We also have an AHA fund. How much is in the AHA fund?
Just under 7,000.
Woo, it's an MCA right there. Just under 7,000 in our AHA fund. And what do we do with that?
It's.
Agents helping agents.
AHA stands for agent helping agents, so if there's a catastrophe, something like what was happened to Dee and her family, we can also do the same thing to contribute to that. So if KW Cares can only come up with 5,000, maybe we can do 2,000 to supplement that to help out agents. Steve has a very touching story about
Yeah,
the
well,
AHA fund.
I was.
Come on up, Steve. Come on. Hey, come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Steve Roll, ladies and gentlemen.
When I was recovering from prostate cancer surgery, and I was renting at the time, the office gave me some money from the AHA fund to make my rent payment because I wasn't going to be able to make it. So I love the AHA fund, and I encourage you to consider giving to the AHA fund because it's agents helping agents right here within our own office. And I know several times we've stepped in and helped people, so.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Steve.
Karina, how do we go about that versus our normal KW Cares? So how do you, how do you delegate it to that certain fund if you wanna, you know what I mean? Like if we give per.
There's in your command settings, on your profile, you can adjust your you can adjust your deductions so that you can go X amount of dollars a percentage to KW Cares, Next Gen, and then you can add the AHA fund in there.
So you just added in
Yeah,
then,
and
okay.
I can send you that, the instructions on how to do that, and I do also cover that in my, commissions class every fourth Wednesday. So you can add it, you can also add it as a one-time thing on your transaction, but this would set it up as a recurring if you want it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So.
So you got that going for you.
We learned.
Uh-huh.
So that was an aha.
Indeed.
And, I think I have to keep talking because you stay.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Scratch me up. Speaking of cracks me up, let's welcome up Toddy.
Oh, wait, I missed my walk-up song last Hello. Hey.
Hi.
I got my Invisalign back on, so sorry if I have a lisp, okay?
What?
Yeah, okay. Okay, we have the Twin Cities Summit coming up. These are all the people that are going, and you could have your image there if you sign up. Okay, so you should sign up.
If my image was there, would it be twice? Would that seems confusing?
I don't know. It would just be there.
Jason Herkamp is up there twice because he is also on a panel.
There you go.
Oh.
Not that cool.
Cool, yeah, so, gonna be lots of value, and, something cool I learned is that there has been about 50 people that have signed up last minute this week, not necessarily from our brokerage, but people are really seeing the value and are really excited, so, you could be like number 52 or something. Okay, the rest of this month we have going on Shift Book Club, that's gonna be ran by Melissa, and it's gonna run from October 14th to November 15th at 1 o'clock, and I think it's in here.
Correct.
So great time to be in the book club to go over Shift. And then we have Kyle Cross coming on October 16th, and he's gonna be talking about how to get 10 listings a month. Then, little update on the CE Blitz. We are hosting it again this year. It will be ran by Minnesota Realty School. I've gotten 2 questions a couple of times. The first one being, if I sign up, will this count for credit toward my Wisconsin CE? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Mike said that Wisconsin releases a certain amount of classes for their 18 credits that you have to take for that to count. So these will not count for that. And then the second question I've been getting is, can I sign up per class or can I sign up per day? And that is unfortunately not an option either. So $165, you can bang out your 15 credits. It will be 2 days in here in the training room with Minnesota Realty.
Do I get lunch?
You do, yep,
I'm
get
in.
lunch, yeah, and then on October 21st at 9 a.m., there's going to be CE classes starting from branch properties. So those are going to be free, and those will be in here as well, so another opportunity. And then ALC Happy Hour on the 23rd is going to be at a new build this time. So more information will be coming out about that, but it's going to be happy hour, drinks, and light snacks. So it'll be cool. That's the address, we'll post this on Facebook too. Okay, and then the Mind, Soul, and Goal Retreat is coming up. We still need some more people to get signed up. It's gonna be a value-packed day. Jen and Lisa are running this for us from Culture Committee. And do you guys wanna tell us just a quick little, synopsis?
It's not gonna suck.
It's not gonna suck.
That's my 2 cents.
That's good, yeah. So what I've heard them say is that it's going to be focusing more on what you actually did accomplish this year rather than focusing on what you didn't accomplish and then setting goals for the following year. Obviously a little bit of bonding I'm sure will be going on there. And I think overall it'll be a great time. I know there's places for people to sleep, but if that's not for you, you don't have to stay, come for the day. And then Jason is gonna be doing business planning there.
I want to point out, it says charcuterie boards and beer, but I was corrected last week, there will also be wine. It sounds like that's meant to be important.
Tequila.
There you go.
Okay, so get signed up for that, and the cutoff for that is on the 17th. Okay, we have saved the dates because the best time of year is coming. Okay, so we have the gratitude potluck coming in Turkey Bingo on November 19th. Also, we are looking for somebody to host Turkey Bingo. So anyone?
What does that mean?
Any takers?
What does it mean?
Okay, so to host Turkey Bingo, you will be the one, rolling the little,
Calling the bingo balls.
calling the bingo balls. Yep, that'll be you. And then making people gobble and things like that. If you are interested, you can come find Grace and I, and we will.
Shane and Monique.
Oh, they need a break.
I think I heard Lance speak up right here.
I thought we were friends, Melissa.
Lance,
You want to win? Sure. Okay. God, thank you.
Thank God.
Need a partner.
Tasha does need a
I
partner.
need a partner.
So either Tasha, you can pick, you can hand select.
All right.
Oh. So fun now. This is good time. Good.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, no.
I'm joking.
Oh. Yeah, okay, so as you can see, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Okay?
This every month?
Yeah. Okay, and then every year we do the gratitude potluck before Turkey Bingo. And so sign-ups and things will go out for that pretty soon. Keep your eye out on it, it's gonna be a great time. And then a save the date for Photos with Santa is happening on December 4th. You may or may not have heard, but we are bringing in Santa Sid this year, which is like the Santa, okay?
he's the real Santa?
He's the real one.
He is.
Yeah. Mall of America even, is famous for him or something, yeah. So he's gonna be here, and sign up for that is gonna go out here pretty soon too. So, how many people are we able to fit in? Families, like 55? 55?
Something.
I think it's 55, yeah. So lots of spots. Just so you know, this year we will be keeping an eye on. We're not going to let agents reserve slots for their clients. The sign up is going to be put out, or the Santa Sid lady, who's like very on top of her stuff, is the one making the sign up. So they'll be able to select their agent, and then we'll be able to let you know who's coming and how many clients you have coming, but we just want it to be super fair for everybody, because I think it's gonna be pretty popular. So mark your calendars for that. And then, I know this is exciting, Unfiltered, Mastering Social Media with Grace and Toddy. Grace is the pro and I'm just there for moral support.
You're the unfiltered part?
I'm unfiltered. So, yeah, it's gonna be a great time. It'll be on the 22nd at the team meeting. It's gonna be really good, because Grace was there. So, yeah, you should come. Okay, that's all.
Awesome, well, thank you. Turkey Bingo gets a little tricky, just so you know, there's long pauses every time a certain number comes up, because Monique doesn't stop laughing. Oh.
Okay,
Is that false?
not false.
Okay, we just won't go Santa Sid.
Yeah.
45, is it? All right, well, hey, we got the right group, come on up.
Kind of zooming today because he's not feeling very well.
Yeah, bellyache.
I'm feeling all right. I just don't want to get anybody. I don't want to get anybody sick. So we're gonna do this remotely.
Keep it yourself.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. We're gonna give this a roll because we haven't done we've not done a Kahoot virtually. So I'm excited to see how this works. So, Kate, do you want to get the Kahoot
Yep.
QR up and then? So does everybody, if you are in this room and you haven't done Kahoot, get your phone cameras up, and there's going to be a QR code coming up here shortly for you to scan and join in. And then while we're kind of waiting for that, I think just a couple quick plugs on a couple of things that we're certainly seeing around the market. And then I'm gonna have, if Katie's there, correct?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, perfect. going to talk a little bit just really quickly on Agent Plus. We'll kind of do everything all together here. So there's been a lot of conversation about like what's going on with the federal government in shutdown mode. We're seeing several key areas that there's been an effect. And if you've been watching the Friday rate updates, those are really, really helpful because we're going to keep giving you some info on what's going on with that. The main program right now is the USDA loans are in kind of a tough spot just because it requires that third party underwrite. We're still working through some pieces on our end in terms of like how those are getting through. VA and FHA, the biggest thing that we're running into with those has been just really limited staff, but they are considered a critical service. So just know like we are still funding FHA, VA loans. That's really not the issue. We did have one thing that came up, which is I had a client that was moving their student loans from a deferred payment to they wanted to move it to an income driven, and it is extremely difficult if you are on a federally backed student loan. That those are, I mean, you're essentially kind of stuck in your payment right now. You can go online and put the request in, but getting a hold of anybody has been a nightmare. So we're working through that. But largely unaffected. One other thing is we are likely going to be seeing, I'm hoping that it's in time for this Friday rate update video, which is we're going to do later in the evening just because of the KW regional event, but the conventional loan limit likely going up very soon, which that's a TED talk for a different day. I have my opinions on the conventional loan limit rising yet again and the direction that I think it means for mortgages and cost of living and all that, but we'll do that a different day. So, and then Katie, just give a quick update on Agent Plus. We have a few new members in there, and we're also going to be working on some another mutual club event here soon.
Yes. So if any of you have any questions on Agent Plus, let me know. I'm happy to meet with you individually. Yes, Jamie?
What is it?
Agent Plus is an opportunity for you to get your lender license with Mutual of Omaha. And you can earn up to 50 basis points on the transaction as the loan originator. So you do need to get your license, it's 20 hours, and then you take a test. Scotty took it, passed right away, and she's already got 3 months under her belt. So if you wanna share a little bit about how that's done for you, Scotty?
Well, like, is this a good time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
please.
want to shout out to the GOAT, Ken.
Sky, go up there.
No, please don't. He did such a great job. I had my first one that's closing. I wanted to send Ken business beforehand, before I did Agent Plus, because it's really important who you hitch your wagon to. And he's a reflection of me, and he killed it, the 2 transactions. So I had my first one that closed on Friday, and it was a big one. I'll max out at my piece is $4,000 for my first one. And I made the joke a few weeks ago that like, it's passive income and I didn't do any work, but I have. I've developed relationships with people for years that trust me as a real estate agent. So when I send them my app, they didn't think twice about filling it out. And Ken did such a good job, but this deal was dead as of Monday night. And Ken, every hiccup possible, not because of my clients, but because of it being a PUD versus a condo, some dues that were behind because they just switched management companies, to getting board minutes 4 days before closing that suggest there could be litigation. So every possible thing that could go wrong did, and Ken handled it like a pro. And I think the sign of a good loan officer is not the ones that always run smoothly and close on time, that's great, but it's how somebody handles all the hiccups. And so, hip hip hooray for Ken. And Agent Plus.
Thank you guys. Yeah, only Scotty would throw in a jumbo non-delegated loan, which is Scotty in true Scotty fashion. But I will say there too that this is another reason why we want you folks taking the courses, because as uninvolved as you have to be as a loan originator, it was really helpful having someone on the back end there that knew and understood the lending process and had been through the coursework and understood, kind of how that works and understood that a possible, a lawsuit with, it was actually a condo when they said it was a PUD, it was the other way around. It turned out to be a condominium unit instead. So anyways, shout out to Scotty. That was a team effort. And yeah, we're gonna, that's part of the other things at Agent Plus. You guys you're a part of this, but we're pairing together what we believe to be an extremely good loan process and loan team on the back end. And they're not all going to be super easy, 30% down conventional loans and W-2 borrowers. So thank you for that, Scotty. I do appreciate that. So, okay, we've got Kahoot to do. So let's Kahoot it up if we're ready.
Yep.
And the questions are shorter, but we'll go through it. So what does APR, and I'm going to give you the clue, annual percentage rate, include that the mortgage rate does not? So there's the note rate, and then there's the APR. Great. That is awesome that we saw this. So like with the APR, I get this question, honestly, probably 1 out of every 4 clients. The APR stands for annual percentage rate. And what it is it's essentially the yearly cost of the loan that's expressed as a percentage. And what I love the APR for is that it doesn't let you hide things. And in our world, what we've found is that our philosophy has been, listen, we're going to be extremely transparent in how we price a loan. We're going to show you what the principal and the interest, the tax and the insurance are. We're not going to use $70 a month for homeowners insurance because the premiums are not $70 a month in the state of Minnesota. We're going to use title, like your title company's fees. So if anyone's worked with us, we'll ask you before we even send out a cost worksheet, what are the title company fees? What are, and then our points, and if there's origination and stuff. So people oftentimes get really sucked in, and where the biggest culprit, in my opinion, I don't have quantitative data on this, but the biggest culprit from what I've seen has been the online lenders, people that are out of state, that are in the phone bank, that are direct to consumer, and they'll flash a really, really, really sexy mortgage rate on there. And then if you look at the points, the APR is just through the roof because these fees and these points and the origination costs are like a junk fee, and they're all in there. And there's different methods, and there's a difference between the broker world, and then there's the difference between the retail origination world, and there's different ways and philosophies to price. But APR is a really good way for clients to explore what the best deal really is and have it represented as an aggregate of the charges and not just the simple interest rate. Mm-hmm. Nice job, Eric. Okay, so if you plan to stay in the home long term, which is a better measure of your cost overall?
I like it.
So this is another one that's kind of an interesting take on it, is that your mortgage rate is important, but we have to remember too that like an APR rate, it's always gonna trump the mortgage rate, in my opinion. And the reason why is because there is, and this was, and I'm sorry, someone's gonna slap me. This was almost a little bit of a trick question, because remember, long-term doesn't mean you're stuck in the home forever, right? There's always the ability to refinance. There's always the ability to restructure. Just had a client that told me 3 years ago, I'm never touching this mortgage rate. I'm never touching this. I'm going to have this thing paid off. Got a call 2 days ago. Hey, I need to consolidate some debt. I need to pull some cash out, and I need to do a consolidation. It's so important that at the time that we did her original loan, that we didn't charge her, 2 points of mortgage points, because that recapture of that may not have come back. I had a client the other day send me a loan estimate too. This is a real story. I was thinking about how I could compliantly show you guys this, but had a client send me a loan estimate for a refinance, and this lender had a phenomenal rate on there. It was awesome. And this is a home that she plans on being in for the long term. And they were charging 3.3 points on it on a $300,000 loan amount. So that's over $10,000 in points to get the rate down an additional 0.75. The break even on that thing was so far out there, and just the break even, not the actual benefit, that it just didn't make sense. So even if it's a long term, even if it's short term, APR is such a valuable tool for when clients are shopping. And it's not always about the interest rate. And you as agents are gonna run into this when they're not using your preferred lender and they're using some random person out of Arkansas that's been doing this for 3 months, and they just get flashed a rate that comes across their system. There's some education that needs to go into that as well. Next. So which type of loan often has a lower initial interest rate but higher APR over time? And the keyword here is often. Which loan type often has a lower initial rate but a higher APR over time? Great, the ARM. For bonus question, does anyone, and I can't see anyone's hands, so I'll let Kate draw it out. Does anyone know what ARM stands for?
Adjustable rate mortgage.
Adjustable rate mortgage, you got it. So the adjustable rate mortgage is exactly what it sounds like, right? We're not getting too fancy on our acronyms here. It's essentially like a mortgage that has a lower interest rate for a set period of time. And then after a certain period of time where that rate is lowered, it moves out to a variable rate, or the rate can change on you on an annual or semi-annual basis depending on how it's set up. It's mostly annual. This is not to be confused with the temporary buy down. Those are two totally different things. But the ARM program typically has a lower initial rate, but then the higher APR. So what you'll see is that those ARMs do disclose a higher APR because the cost of that over time can balloon on you because there's max caps and floor rate and ceiling rate and all that. So good job on the adjustable rate. Why do lenders charge points? Pretty straightforward question. Why would we as a lending firm charge points? And I love the name discount points because it makes people think they're getting a deal. It's the most ridiculous name of anything that we've ever put out there, but why would we charge those? It is to reduce your monthly payments. So we charge points because if someone is dead set on getting that, 5.75 rate when the market rate is 6.1, we'll charge the points to get them there. Now every time I'm gonna tell them, hey, what's the break even here, and do we really want to be doing this? But this is one of those ways for us to essentially charge up front the cost that it would take to buy that rate down lower, and it's gonna lower the monthly payments, but there is going to be a break even point, and what a lot of people don't get to is that break even point. So it's to reduce monthly payments. Number 5. So why might two loans have the same rate but different APRs? This is a good one. Why would we have two different loans that have the same note rate but a different APR? So that APR is going to be really, really, really focused on the fees and the points. You know, an FHA loan and a VA loan, sure, they're going to have different APRs because of the terms of that, but it all comes down to fees and points, including like the VA, like FHA has inherently higher APRs because there's that mortgage insurance and the mortgage insurance premiums that are in there. So you're just going to generally see a higher APR on one that has higher points and fees, as opposed to ones that are more at par. So points and fees are the kicker and the key behind the APR rate.
Okay, last one.
Last one. So what does the spread represent in terms of the difference between mortgage terms? So what does the spread represent? Someone's talking about a spread in mortgage terms. What are we referring to? Nice. I was hoping that we were gonna click the one that had APR because we've kind of got a theme here today. It's that difference between your mortgage rate and your APR rate. And the bigger the gap, the larger the spread in your rate, in your APR, the more questions your client should be asking about what is going on with this rate. Why am I getting a 6.25% rate and then my APR is 7.1? Like, what's going on with that? Now, if you're representing an FHA buyer, keep in mind, FHA is just generally always going to have, well, not generally, is always going to have higher APR spreads than a conventional for the most part, just because of those additional fees that come with the FHA loan or the government-backed loans. But that spread, that huge difference is the main reason we get called and why clients get confused as to why they have such an attractive, sexy rate, and then their costs are through the roof, and it's usually always going to represent in that spread. All right, let's see it. Turkey Gizzard. Who was it? I gotta know. No, Kelly. Who's sloth? Who are sloth hater and turkey? I love it. Well, great job, guys. I appreciate y'all. If you need anything, let me know. We're just, like I said, we're so grateful for everybody. I got a chance to hang out with a bunch of folks at the ALC get together, and that was great. And we'll take invites to anything and everything. So we just love hanging out, love spending time with you. Appreciate you. If you need anything, let us know. Okay.
Thank you.
There you go. Anyone else find it concerning that he finds rates so dang sexy? I mean, to eat, whatever you want, that's up to you again. But however we got the thing, there it is. Well, hey, I don't have a walk-up song for you because we have a walk-up song for Rebecca, but come on up.
Thought we had money.
Well, I'm not here to talk about money. But what I am here to do is to introduce Becca Nail and Blair from Contract to Close. They're here as our preferred vendor, one of the preferred vendors for in-house transaction coordination. So, welcome Becca and Blair.
So many familiar faces, it's good to see you. Thanks for having me today. And Blair is my operations manager. Joined, we were just talking about this morning, about 8 months or so now, give or take, earlier in the year. So if you were to join our team, he's gonna be your point of contact. I have about 5 minutes, I think Karina told me. So I'm just gonna jump in and give you a really high level view of what Contract to Close is. We are a transaction management company. We just passed our 10-year anniversary this month, so that's been really fun. We are local, and then our team of 9 is in Minnesota, Florida, Texas, Wisconsin, Those are probably the ones, Florida, Minnesota, Wisconsin, are the most relevant to most Minnesota agents. We're also in Virginia and Kentucky, but that's so random that usually doesn't really apply to anybody. A lot of Minnesota to Florida agents though. I brought in some brochures today if you are looking to hire a transaction manager. This is information on how to contact us, on what we do on a base level. And I know Karina has put some information together. I brought it up, I believe this is online. You said Karina, because it looks like there's some hot links on here.
I will be putting it online.
Okay, so this is the information that will be online for you guys. You can always reach out to me for anything that I say up here, of course. However, this does a really good job of encapsulating it. And the links on here are for our website, they are Meet Our Team, they are for onboarding. So, couple things about that. Probably the number one question I get from agents besides like, one, how do I let go of control, and two, what do you do? I think usually in that order, is do you write purchase agreements? And the answer is no, we don't write purchase agreements. We are not licensed, and that's intentional. We are here to be administrative support and your partner in helping you focus on the tasks that help you grow your business, or sometimes, quite frankly, just help you get time back in your day and do the part of real estate that you truly love. We are the back office for your business. Our transaction team is very highly experienced. For those of you who have worked with us before, Jackie and Allie, who started in 2017, are still with me. And then we've added since then. I think our most recent hire on the transaction side was 5 years ago. So we have very little turnover, which is great because your clients get to see the same person over and over again when they're buying and selling on repeat and referring. And then we are there again to support you in that transaction. We will put everything in command. We will get earnest money set up. We will send a list of calendar invites to you, your clients if applicable. And then we really pretty much do all of the admin. I always say we do about 90% of the transaction. What we don't do, of course, is write those agreements. We can write amendments. We can help you with that. We can do any addenda that might be needed. And then we don't negotiate or advise, obviously, but sometimes that just needs to be said. So if there's a conversation that needs to be had between you and the co-agent, you're gonna be the ones having that. It might get relayed to us, and then we might push the ball down the field, but you're having that conversation. Same with your buyers and your sellers. We're not stepping in and taking the place of you in any way. You're the fiduciary, you are the agent, we are your support. But every once in a while, they reach out to us because they always say, well, I don't want to, Scotty, I'll pick on you. I don't want to bug Scotty. I know she's got a busy day, or I know she's really busy. I don't want to bug her. So I'm just going to ask you this question. And that's great. And we're happy to help. We're going to loop you back into that conversation anyway, because you're the agent and you want to know what those conversations are that we're having. Generally speaking, we're probably not going to give them the answer. We're probably going to direct them to somebody who has that answer. If it's something that's a factual part of the contract, or it's a date, or it's whatever, we can help them out with that, but you're gonna be looped back into that conversation. So please don't think that we're ever gonna take over your files or scoot you out or anything like that. Even if you want us to, which we have agents who are like, just do all of it. I don't even wanna be part of this. Like, you just handle everything. That does sound lovely, but we have to include you in it. We can't scoot you out of it altogether. So. That's some really high level information and a lot of the major questions that I get asked. With that said, I do have brochures that I will leave. Our website is on the information that Karina is going to give you, and that will give you a breakdown of every task that we perform on both listings and transactions. I don't want your eyes to gloss over as I stand up here, so I'll let you just do some of that research on your own. But certainly feel free to reach out to me, reach out to Blair if you have any questions about something specific about transactions or listings, if you might be looking for somebody to assist you with that. On this same sheet is our pricing. It's $415 per contract, paid at closing. So the great thing is with this partnership is we put everything into your command, including your commission. You're reviewing it, you're approving it, you're submitting that. But then we can actually have our fee deducted from your commission at closing. So that's really lovely. Then you don't have to mess around with that. And then on the listing side, if you're using us for listings, you would be responsible for paying that because there's no closing to take it out of. but that's kind of a different thing. So on the listing side, if you want help with your listings, we will put them on the MLS. We will order photos, we will order signs. We will send the seller's disclosure to your sellers. If you use Click Contracts, we can work with them. If you don't, we can send an editable link through Transaction Desk, and then your sellers don't have to scan it back to you. So that's a really great feature for that. Also on this sheet, the next question I always get asked is, if I am interested, what do I do next? And that would be to onboard with us. And in this link, when it's posted, will be an onboarding tab, and you can just fill out the onboarding information, and then the response will be from myself or from Blair, and then Blair will do just an onboarding call with you, make sure you have all your questions answered, make sure we have all the proper passwords, that they all work in either Command or MLS or wherever it is that we need to get access to. I should say we don't usually log in. MLS is making this so much fun. Do you know that now they're going to update passwords every 6 months? We love it. We just love it. It's so easy for us. So we don't log in as you. We have a unlicensed assistant access, but we do keep your passwords on hand in case something gets glitchy with your listings and we need to make a change. We just log in as you to make that update, and then we just kind of pretend like we didn't have to do that because technically we're not supposed to. But every once in a while, if you didn't add us to your team or if you didn't put the right team name in your listing, we can't get that. So we do it that way. So Blair will get all of that set up, connect you with a designated transaction or listing manager, because we always have you working with the same person. That's intentional. We want that to be a partnership. We want to support your business. We want to know how you work. We can create a template that is customized for your business model. So what Amanda does and Scotty does, even if you guys do it kind of the same, we can have separate templates for the two of you so everything isn't exactly the same. Maybe you like to include certain information for buyers when they start. Maybe it's something that you like to send out to sellers right before closing. All of that can be customized. Any questions before?
I'll just give you a shout out. I mean, I think it was probably the beginning when I had licensed, when you were just barely getting going. I want to say it was about the same time, but I've worked with both Jackie and Allie, and like phenomenal. I mean, I almost cried when we couldn't use you guys there for a short, time. So I'm glad to see you back, and they're absolutely incredible. I mean, incredible. So
I appreciate that.
I'll be signing up or renewing or whatever we need to do here, but they're awesome. I mean, their attention to detail is wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Are you offering any CE courses?
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I do. I am certified to teach CE. I teach a transaction management course, which I'm teaching tomorrow at 8:45. Yes, 8:45, thank you. 8:45 to 10:45, it's 2 hours. It's a great class for really agents of all levels and experiences. I created it for new agents because there were so many agents who didn't know what they didn't know. And so I created this class for that. And it turns out that I get more seasoned agents that take my class and give me really good feedback on it, because they're like, I know I should be doing these things, you reminded me why, or I've given you some tips and shortcuts and like helpful hints to do the things that you really should be doing, but maybe you're short skirting because it's just a little easier. So it's a lot of risk avoidance. It's a lot of why do we do what we do? What are some great ways to carry out these different tasks that maybe you haven't thought of before? So tomorrow at 8:45 to 10:45, 2 hours of CE. I'll stick around a little bit after that if anybody has any questions. And no, it's not approved for Zoom, so it is in person only. But I'm teaching it here tomorrow, 8:45. Yep, it's just a closed class.
8:30.
Oh, 8:30? 8:30. Oh, 8:30.
That's a little before realtor hours.
That might be a little pre-realtor hours. Yes, sir.
How much is it?
The class?
Yeah.
It's not there's no charge for you. Yep.
Some would call it.
That would also be.
It's great for you.
See what I do around? What would I do without you? Any other questions? Well, I'm gonna stick around for the lunch that is coming in, if anybody has questions or anything that they want to talk about. We really look forward to being your partner in real estate. I will add, if you're just kind of like transaction management curious, The class might be a really good one to take because it also, everything that I teach is everything that we do. So it's a little bit of, this is what my team does, but if you aren't ready, this is how you do it. So if you're a little transaction management curious, it would be a great way to find out really in-depthly what my team does. And then I'll be around to answer any questions. I think that's it. I live in Lakeville too, so I'm really easy to get a hold of. Although for the next 6 weeks, I'll be in Arizona. So I'll be a little hard to, I'll be on Zoom only for the next 6 weeks, but then I'll be back.
But Blair will be here.
But Blair will be here, sort of. He's also working remotely sometimes, so.
Yeah,
Beauty of real estate.
well, I was gonna say one more thing too, so if you guys are thinking you might use us down the line, onboarding sooner than later is preferred, so you can get the best service. There are some people who it's like, they get like 3 listings at once and then they try and onboard at the same time, and it kind of backs us up and you don't get the best service that way, cause then we're kind of scrambling. So if you do think you're gonna use us down the line and you know you're gonna have work coming up, onboard sooner than later, so you're in our systems, we have your passwords, stuff like that, so there's no lag. Cause usually when you're signing up right away, you might not get us the right password, we don't have your access to command, so then we're a little backed up in that way. So in the one other service that we do provide that's kind of new is like we do pretty basic level like social media, like under contract and like just listings. Which you are tagged in as a collaborator on your social media, so that can go up to your feed.
Awesome. I'll add to that, I'm just gonna really quick piggyback and then we're done. If you are thinking you wanna use us, but you're not that busy right now, it's actually the best time to give us a try, because then you're learning the process and you have the bandwidth to pay attention, to ask questions, to see what we do, to make changes. Because if I ask you, how do you wanna change up the process? And it's your first transaction, you don't know, because you haven't really seen it from start to finish. So when you are a little bit slower and you have the mental capacity to ask the questions, to make the changes, to make suggestions, to say, hey, I saw this email just went out, can we tweak that a little bit? Then I always say it's about 2 or 3 transactions till it's just solid and you're nothing more to think about. I know they've got this, I trust them completely. It's a trust game and we know that and we don't take that lightly. So we want you to be able to see the process from start to finish and be able to pay attention. Then that way when spring hits and you're really busy and you're flying, you don't even have to think twice about it. So managing transactions or trying us for transactions right now while you have the capacity is always a great way just to get introduced to the process. All right, thank you so much, everybody.
Awesome. Blair is available if you mustache a question. All right, well, you all either follow them on
I
Instagram.
forgot all about that part. We offer a market insider report that comes out every 2 weeks as well, that just helps you have some talking points with your buyers and your sellers about what's going on in the market. So it's updated every 2 weeks.
Well, good. Well, we were gonna go into this. However, there's not a lot of time left now. If you guys don't remember, we're gonna unpack, Matt Burke said when he was here the other day. And it was pretty inspiring and it was really funny. However, there's some great nuggets. And I just wanna make sure we remember to prioritize the process, not the goal, just like what Lisa and what Jen is talking about with their retreat is, you don't just always wanna focus on the goal because it leads to a more stressful, miserable process, but celebrate the gap that you've already created. And the power of fundamentals, importance of mastering basic skills. It was just funny to hear him talk about being the center that, everyday practice snapping the ball. And I just found that to be pretty funny. And it worked he did that every day for 15 years. And then success comes from a championship culture. So winning the Super Bowl wasn't just, the final moment of victory, but it was that shared journey that we all share together. We go through some great times, we go through some struggles, and that to him is a championship culture when we all can rally to do that. And I think we do a pretty dang good job here. So my one challenge will be, let's just do the kickoff, setting the play each day. Someone please let me know what's the best hike you can do when you first get to work or start your day. You promised you would cooperate.
Call the damn leads.
Call the damn leads, Jason. Perfect. Melissa, thank you. Two more.
Set one appointment.
Ooh, for hike is set one. Nice. Anyone else?
If anybody watches Grey's Anatomy, stand like a superhero. Or before you call the damn leads.
Love Meredith.
All right. Well, one big hike is that we have a short hike to get food. So I'm just gonna leave it there. However, did we wanna have any KWPR dancers at the halftime? No.
No one wants.
Come on, let's cheer them on. Come on, Jason. Come on, Jason. Steve, that's your song. Oh, never mind. All right, thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. Think about what hike can set your day every day and accomplish that every day. Let's grab some food. Thank you, Becca and Blair, for the yummies. Appreciate it all.
Is the Iowa State fight so terrible?
There's something to say.
Yeah.